Hi, Karan.
So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this very first masterclass of Coding Ninjas, organizing in the collaboration of Innovate India Coding Championship. This is Karan Bhargav from Coding Ninjas hosting this IICC event today. I welcome you all on the behalf of Chandigarh University, Coding Ninjas, All India Council of Technical Education, and the IICC family. So I'm very personally excited, for this today's masterclass because we have been seeing humongous participation and like the interest from the students from all over the country for this competition, and we are actually very sure that this competition is going to be the world's biggest coding competition. Yeah. So uh, actually, I was, Ankur said today, I was receiving the personal DMs and text also from the students that when this masterclass is going to live, and they are so excited for ICC and this masterclass. So, yes, guys, today we are here, and the masterclass is live with the man of the hour, Mr. Ankur Singla, sir. And yes, so formally, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome the guest of the session, the man of the hour, Mr. Ankur Singla, sir. He is an alumni of IIT Delhi and Stanford University. Worked with all your dream companies like Amazon and Facebook. Now making the India's most loving tech platform, Coding Ninja. So, sir, welcome to this masterclass, and over to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Karan. Thank you so much. And hi, everyone. Really happy to be here. So glad to see so many of you in the event. And I can't tell you how excited I am about IICC. Right, like this is something that is a dream come true for me. Like working along with AICTE, like the number of people that will be reaching out to, number of students will be sort of participating in this. I think this is going to be an amazing competition that I doubt anybody would have done something at this scale that we will see this event to be, right? So definitely would like to thank AICTE as well as Chandigarh University in getting this up and running and helping us sort of make it reach the level that this is at right now, right? So perfect. Thank you so much for joining in, and would be more than happy to answer all your questions. I would like to keep this as a Q&A more than anything else, right? Uh, that's what I would like to do. Generally, just keep it like a Q&A so that I can answer all your questions and like whatever queries you have around IICC, you have whatever questions you have around uh, like generally career in technology, generally whatever you're facing in your college, right? Like anything that you want to ask, please go ahead and ask all your questions. I'll be happy to answer all of them uh, as much as I can, right? So perfect. So as all of you know, the contest is not far away. It's coming to all of us very soon, right? The round one is on 20th of July, which is only I think 15 days from now, right? So I hope all of you are excited about it. Do register right away for the contest. It's going to be an amazing event, right? Like you'll have a round one, which is going to be mostly focused on aptitude and a little bit of DSA MCQs. Then we'll have a round two, which will be mostly coding questions, right? Like, and only if you qualify from round one, you'll basically be eligible for round two. And eventually, we will have a round three, where we'll have a physical event in Chandigarh University campus, like a full day event, where we'll have a lot of contests as well as a lot of fun, right? Like, I'm super excited for that final event as well. So it's going to be a fun-filled overall event. You do need to work hard to sort of get to that final event, and a lot of goodies, a lot of cash prizes, a lot of more like the most importantly, a lot of job opportunities that will be available for all of you, that you will be able to sort of access once you sort of go through this contest, right? Perfect. So I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions around IICC. So please do go ahead and ask your questions. Coming to in general, I think like one thing that I do want to sort of touch is that we are in July. I think most of you will have a college break, right? So do use this time very effectively. This is something that I tell my all my students since the beginning. The best time to be productive is actually summer vacation, because this is the time when you don't have to focus on college. This is the time you can really work on your skills and go back to college as a completely different person, because you would have spent so much on yourself, so much time on yourself, right? Like that you would have become a very different person by the time, a far more confident person by the time you get to your college, back to your college. So please do use your summer vacation really effectively. What should you do in your summer vacation depends how much you know right now. If you have not done much programming before, please focus on DSA. Please do well in DSA. That's something that you should do, right? If you believe your DSA is already very good and you have placement coming up in a month later or internship coming in a month later, please use this time to practice a lot of DSA, right? Spend a lot of time practicing on Code Studio or any other platform that you like, right? Like you can go ahead and practice programming on these platforms. If you believe that's not the case, like we don't have to worry about placements after a month, we are good with DSA, please focus on your developmental skills, right? Like I'll personally recommend learn web development. Once you learn web development, you will feel so much more powerful in terms of what all you can do through programming. It's not just going to be about solving problems, it will be about building real products, right? Like it's going to be immensely powerful. So please do that. And I'm telling you, you will really, really feel good about your overall computer science skills, overall programming skills, and it will really help you in your eventually placements as well, right? So that's what you need to do. Please use your summer very, very effectively. This is one time. I think this is the biggest differentiator in terms of what people end up doing post their college. Do they struggle in getting a job? Do they do well in the job? Is whether they use their summer vacation effectively or not. I can tell you, like, this is as important as that, right? So please do that. I'll just open it up for everybody to ask questions. Karan, please let me know what I should answer, and I'll be happy to take as many questions as I can.
So I can see a lot of question into the comment section. I actually, finding it very difficult to read all the comments, but yes, I will take it one by one. Okay, so some student wants to, get a brief about ISCC from your, like perspective that, from, which point of view they should, look this at this competition, and what value this competition can, can add into their resume, into their career, into their placement. Yeah.
Sure. See, so there are two things to this, right? One is once you do well in this competition, Coding Ninjas, Chandigarh University, we will help you get access to a lot of opportunities. That is the direct sort of benefit that you will get, right? You will have access to internships, you will have access to jobs. A lot of companies will hire through this event. So all that will be really, really helpful in the short term as well, right? In the long term, honestly, being able to say that you did well in AI's, you did well in this contest which was run by AICTE, right? Like which was in partnership with Coding Ninjas in Chandigarh University. This is going to be absolutely amazing for you. So just give me 1 second. My kid decided to drop in. I'll just close the door. Just give me 1 second.
Okay, guys, till then, Ankush sir is coming. I'm hoping that you all are enjoying this workshop. Just tell all your friends to join this workshop right away. It's a kind of a once in a lifetime chance. So yes, this event is happening, and please ask all your friends to join in. This event is going to be completely filled up with all the knowledge that and the guidance that you need to crack your placement, your dream.
Hello, everyone. Really sorry about that. So
Yeah.
I have a 3-year-old son. He decided that he would like to spend some time here. Okay, so yeah, so you're talking about the opportunities that you get post this contest, right? I was saying that in the short term, we will help you sort of get all these opportunities, and like this is going to be amazing for you, right? We will get like access to so many jobs right away. But honestly, if your resume is able to say that you did well in this contest, I'm telling you, this is going to stay with you for lifelong, right? It's going to help you forever because the scale at which this contest is going to be, and if you do well in that, means that you're amazing. And honestly, if you are that amazing that you do well in this contest, like automatically means that you should not be worried about jobs. Companies should be worried about how can they hire you rather than you worrying about how can you get a job, right? So don't worry about job, and all of that will be taken care of really, really well. Just focus on doing well in this contest. Please prepare really well. Please work hard on your preparation, and make sure that you attend all the master classes. Make sure that you give all the mock tests which will be provided to you guys. I think we'll provide 1 or 2 mock tests for round 1 and round 2. That's the plan, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So please do attempt that and like sort of get understanding of what sort of questions, what sort of test is going to be, so that you are able to prepare accordingly, right? So please do that.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir, for providing insights over that. Now, the second question that is coming into the pipeline is that a student is asking, what is CN scholarship test, and how, will they get scholarship in CN courses from this contest?
Karan, can you take that? I think you might have more knowledge about this.
Definitely. So it's one of the major USPs of this contest. Guys, Coding Ninja Scholarship Test is one of the largest scholarships that is currently happening into the country, and all the participants of this contest will become eligible to get the scholarship from Coding Ninja on the basis of their score that they will score in their competition. Yes, so the answer is yes, and you should participate to to avail the highest maximum scholarship that you can actually get by scoring as much as you can into this contest. Thank you. Now moving on to the third question. Okay, okay. The student is asking like they want to become front end developer. So is it necessary to master DSA for that, sir?
So, see, it sort of depends upon what sort of company you are trying to get into, right? Most of the startups will focus a lot more on your skills rather than focusing on your DSA. So, if you want to be a front end developer at an emerging startup, they are going to focus a lot more on your front end skills rather than DSA. But if you want to apply to larger product based companies, they will tend to focus a lot more on your DSA along with a little bit of focus on your front end skills, but they're going to focus on DSA anyways. So, not necessarily that you have to be really good in DSA if you want to be a front end engineer, but it might limit your options compared to if you're good in DSA as well.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. So now a student is asking how, if someone want to start practicing competitive programming, so from where they should start, and what should be their the further roadmap to master competitive programming.
So, can you just repeat, like, if they want to master computer programming, what is the roadmap that they should follow?
Yeah. If they want to start it from basic, yeah.
Sure. So, see, first of all, the first thing that you need to do is not go to any competitive platform right now. You will feel depressed. You will feel that you don't know anything. And obviously, right, like if you will get somebody in 8th grade to sit for JE, obviously they'll feel they will have zero clue what anybody is talking about. And that's exactly what you'll feel if you go to a competitive programming platform without knowing programming. That's exactly the feeling you'll get. So the first thing is get good in DSA. That's the base for whatever question you ask me. My first response will be, if you are not good in DSA, please become good in DSA. That's going to be the first response that I'll give you. So for competitive programming, it's even far more important to be really good in DSA because that's the base. Competitive programming most of the times is advanced algorithms, advanced data structures. So advanced means that you need to first do DSA, first run algorithms, then you can do the advanced part, right? So that's the first thing you need to do. Once you become really good in DSA, then my recommendation would be go and start giving contests. What will happen is some of these contests you will be able to solve one question, two questions, right? But you would know what you are not able to solve. And the important part there is going to be that you make sure that whatever you are not able to solve, you understand what concepts were used, why you did not know it, what are the things around it that you need to learn, and keep learning these additional things. So some of them you will be able to do because you are good in DSA. Some of them you will not be able to do because you're not good in advanced DSA, advanced algorithms. And these are the concepts you will keep figuring out as you keep giving contests. And you keep getting better at it, keep getting better at it, and eventually you'll start performing better and better. So it's I don't have any quick, dirty solution to it. It's going to be a lot of hard work that you will have to do. And but the flow is just keep doing it, learn from your mistakes, keep doing it again. You will commit few more mistakes, you will learn from that, and that's how you will learn.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. Now coming to the next question. So one student is asking that they are actually unplaced and having a CGPA below 7. So this is the kind of question we actually receive on a general manner, and a lot of questions usually receive. So it's a query that we would like to address on a mass level. So yes, the student who are actually having CGPA below 7, so what they should do to to get placed into a product based company.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So did you say that the GPA is less than 7?
Yes, sir. Less than 7.
So yeah, see, my first response to that would be that I hope you were doing something productive when you were not studying for college, right? Like that's the first thing that you need to be able to answer in your interview. Luckily, most of the companies will not care about your GPA. they care far more about your skills, right? One thing that I do tell everybody, do not worry about what has happened in past. Please focus on what is the best we can do from where we are right now, right? Right now, you know your GPA is something you will not be able to change it much. You know that you need to learn DSA, you need to learn development, and then you need to sort of do well in these interviews. So please prep for that and you will be absolutely fine. Do not worry about it. Companies in today's world for tech hiring do not care about your GPA, they care about your skills. That's something that you need to know. A lot of times, what we keep telling ourselves is the reason we are not able to do well. Some people will keep telling themselves, I am from, I'm not from CSIT, I'll not be able to do it. Some people will keep telling themselves, I am not from a tier 1 college, I'll not be able to do it. Some people will keep telling themselves, I don't have good GPA, I'll not be able to do it. Some people will say that I did not get 60% marks in 10th, 60% marks in 12th, I'll not be able to do it. These are the excuses that you're giving yourself to not work hard now, right? Whatever you have done in past, you cannot change that. What you can change is what you're doing right now. Please focus on that. And the good part is IT industry overall is very, very forgiving if you do well now. There might be few companies who will not hire you because your GPA is less than 7. But do you want to get to all these companies? You want one job. So you will get one company. There'll be at least 50-60% of the companies who will be absolutely okay with your GPA. They will not care about your GPA, right? So is that a problem? I don't think it's a problem. 50-60% of the companies are a lot of companies and you just need one job. So it does not matter at all, right? So please focus on what you can do now rather than focusing on what is the reasons that you could fail.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, so now a question is coming from our first year and second year students community. So generally they believe, like they are not skilled enough and they haven't practiced enough, to participate into the competition like ICPC, IICC, and such mega level contests. So is it advisable for them to to participate into IICC, and how they can like build or develop that kind of confidence to to take part into such things?
See, first of all, what will happen if you do not participate? You will not win. You will not get the exposure. What will happen if you participate and you are not prepared? You will get to know what you need to prepare, right? At least you will be exposed to what you need to do. This is a sort of exposure that you will get from this. So please go ahead and do it. And honestly, the sad part is whether you are in first year, second year, third year, fourth year, most of the people just don't know programming because they have not worked hard. It does not matter which year are you in, right? The first step is becoming good in DSA, becoming good in programming. That's the one thing that you need to do. A lot of people, even in third year, don't do that. Even in fourth year, they don't do it. So it does not matter which year you are in. It's more important is, have you invested that time that you need to invest? And it's not a lot of time. 3-4 months are more than enough. Have you invested that time or not? At Coding Ninjas, in the months of May, June, July, after JE is done, we teach 2, 3, 4,000 students somewhere in this range who are just giving JE and going to go to college. So just imagine 3,000 people who still have not gone to college are ready to sort of do it right now to make sure that once they get to college, they are prepared. Now just imagine, right? These people, once they get into college, they are in first year, starting of first year. But I can tell you, they can do really well in IICC because their foundation is very strong. Now it depends upon how much effort you have put in so far. Does not matter if you have not put in so far. What matters is, are you going to put it now or not? Right? So, first suggestion, you might not do well in IICC, but please go ahead and attempt. At least you will get to know where you are, what you need to work upon. Second, please invest time now. Do not wait for third year, do not wait for second year, do not wait for tomorrow, just start doing it today. You need to work hard on your skills for 2-3 months, and I'm telling you, in 2-3 months you will be far more confident. Your approach to everything will be very, very different. So please work hard on it.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for your answer for that. Now, a question is coming from our a bit mature audience, I guess, third and fourth year students. So, as we all know that internships and placement session is coming for third year students, it's a high time for them to to grab an internship into their dream companies, just to learn some like hands-on working experience. And also for the student who are actually in fourth year, they want to get placed into their dream companies. So now, what things that they should keep in their mind while shortlisting companies for them, and also some insight that if you can share in order to how when they will appear in their interviews for their their desired roles into their companies. So any tips and tricks that you would like to share for them?
See, my general recommendation is that when you're applying on campus, get one good job, right? And don't stop there. What changes once you get a job is that you're far more confident. Don't be too selective. Don't be very, very selective on campus. Like, I'm not saying that you start applying for non-computer science jobs, right? You want to get into software development, apply for software development jobs, but don't be too choosy. Once you have one job, what will change is your mindset. You will not be shaking in your interviews. You will feel far more confident. हो जाएगा नहीं होगा तो क्या हो गया अपने पास जॉब तो है, right? So your overall attitude is not going to be that I don't want to screw this up, I don't want to screw this up, I need to do well, right? So that change itself will bring the best out of you. So what you need to do, my recommendation, companies coming to college, apply to most of them. Don't apply to few where you are absolutely clear this is not where you want to go. If you are sure you do not want to be in a particular city, do not apply for jobs in that particular city, right? But don't leave away companies just because you want to go to Microsoft. Microsoft is going to come on 5th day, so I won't apply to anything else in the first 4 days, right? So you need to start applying to all these companies. Once you get one offer, then start applying off campus, and there you can be very, very choosy. You can decide this is a company I like, this company has the right sort of people. How should I decide a company is good? First and the most important criteria, are you going to get to work with best of the people or not? Is this company fast moving or slow moving? If a company is fast moving, you will learn faster, you will have more pressure to work hard. But if a company is slow moving, your growth will be slow as well, right? So these are sort of factors that you need to consider when you are looking for a company.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. I guess most of the question I've already answered, but I can see a lot of comments into the comment section. So I'm sorry if I'm skipping anything, but I'm trying my best to pick up all the best questions that I'm receiving into the comment section. So yes, moving on to my next question, sir. So yes, the student actually who are coming from the non-IT branches like mechanical, civil, ceramic. So if someone from these branches wants to switch, their career into IT industry, so what should they do and what thing they should keep in
So
mind?
first of all, one thing that I want to tell you is that luckily or unluckily, even CSIT people know nothing, right? They will know something only when they put in the extra effort. They are not learning something because they are learning something in a college या कुछ हो रहा है. They are learning because they are putting in that extra effort. So please stop telling yourself that you are in mechanical, you are in civil. All of you are at exactly the same stage, that all of you know nothing. Now is the time that who is going to invest more time, who is going to invest more energy into skilling themselves is going to get better jobs. As I said, IT industry does not care about your college, about your branch. What they care about is, are you good in the skills that the company is looking for, right? So stop making excuses. Stop telling yourself that I am in mechanical, I'll not get it. You are just making an excuse, and that is going to be the reason why you will not get it, because you kept telling yourself that you will not get it. That's why you did not put in the effort, that's why you did not learn, and that's why you will not get it now. So the right way to do it is, I'm telling you, you will get it. There are enough people you will find who are from mechanical, who are in amazing places, people who are in civil, who are in amazing places, right? So one story that I tell a lot of people is that when I was at Facebook, we went to IT Delhi to hire people, right? Like for software development. In the end, there was only one person who could clear the interviews. and that person was from civil, right? So Facebook went to IIT Delhi to hire. Only one person could clear the interview, and that person was from civil. So just you can imagine, like, companies do not care. They just care about, are you going to be, like, are you good in your skills or not?
Sure. So, because of this question, actually, we just came to know about this funny story as well. That a student actually who cracked this, like offer from Facebook, actually coming from the civil engineering branch. So that means it's a kind of a motivation for all the students that it doesn't matter, from which branch you are coming. And what matters is that your skills, your zeal to practice and learn to to learn those concepts, and also your dedication to to achieve that goal that you have set for yourself. So yes, moving on to your next question. Before I'll move to my next question, there is a student actually who is constantly asking a question into the comment section that tomorrow is going to be his Atlassian test, and a quick tip if you can give to him, just for to crack his interview.
So what I would suggest is go to Code Studio.
Yeah.
The link is codingninjas.com/code studio, and you will be able to find interview experiences of people who applied to Atlassian. You'll be able to find some questions that were asked to people when they were applying to Atlassian, right? So that will give you a good sort of set to just quickly browse through, quickly sort of brush through the sort of problems that generally this company is going to focus on, right? So that's one trick that I would recommend. Generally, I would recommend doing this like a week or 2 weeks in advance. It might not be that beneficial if it is tomorrow. In general, the only tip is do the best you can, right? जो नहीं आता वो तो नहीं होगा. But what we need to make sure is that whatever we know, we are able to perform to that level, right? So what we don't know, we can't do anything about it. But if you get stressed about things, if you are shaky, then automatically you will start screwing up on things that you know, and that is something that we need to, right? Okay.
Sure, sir. Okay. So, sir, before I'll move on to my next question, I would like to ask this question on behalf of all the student community. Sir, so when you were studying in IIT Delhi, and when you were sitting through your placement, so how was your experience? Any memory that you would like to share with the student
So honestly,
on
I
that?
was a very lost kid. I had zero knowledge of what I wanted to do, what I would have liked to do, right? Overall, uh, I sort of realized in final year that DSA is what companies are going to focus on. That's something that I need to learn, that I need to practice a lot. So I practiced only in final year. I did not practice much before that. And at IIT, what happens is a lot of companies come from different type of backgrounds, right? Like banking companies would be coming, consulting companies would be coming, and I had zero clue what I wanted to do, so I was applying at all the places. So I was applying for computer science companies as well, banking companies as well, investment banking companies, like consulting companies as well. And so yeah, so it was very very crazy. And generally, what happens is you get a lot of companies on a single day. So day one, day two, I did not have a lot of companies that I could apply to because one or two tests I didn't clear in some specific companies. I did not like the roles, so I did not apply to those particular roles. Day three, I had like 6, 7 companies and the complete interviews. So I think that day I gave 3 tests, 2 GDs, and I gave, I think, close to 11 or 12 interviews in a single day. The day started at 7 in the morning, and I finally got the offer at 12:30 in the night. Right, so very very long day, and but yeah, got the Amazon offer by the end of it, and was an amazing feeling to finally. And I'm so glad that I got into Amazon because I know even if I had gone to something else in 1 or 2 years, I would have shifted to software because I really enjoyed overall being in software development. And like once I sort of got into Amazon, then I sort of realized the power of what we can do, right? Like what we can build, the number of people it can impact. So yeah, so absolutely, absolutely amazing. I think like being a software developer is extremely powerful. People don't realize this, but it's extremely powerful. What you are able to build, what you are able to do, can impact so many people. Now, if you imagine, right, like me as an individual, I could have taught maybe 300 people a year, 500 people a year. But now with technology, what the platform that we have built, we are able to train close to 40, 50,000 students a year. This year, we'll be training at least 50,000 students. And a lot of them would be learning through like what I have created, what the content I've created. Right? So personally, they are sort of learning from me, and I'm able to do this at scale because of technology. So as computer scientists, I think like as software developers, we are extremely powerful on what we can do and what problems we can solve. And that's something that all of you should sort of realize and go beyond just DSA. Focus on web development, learn, work on projects, launch something that will give you a lot of interesting things.
Sure, sir, sure. So, in a nutshell, we can say that software developers, like our current era superheroes, that they can actually, transform the world, and like the IT, the technology actually, powering this world. So yes, moving on to this next question, sir. So, one student is asking that, like someone is currently working. So this question is coming from a working professional. So if someone is working into a service-based company, so how they can, switch from the service-based company to a product-based company?
Yeah, the answer is very similar. You need to work on your DSA skills, and honestly, my strong recommendation: work on your web development skills as well. Most of the companies have maximum number of jobs in full stack web development, or front end or back end. Like generally in the web development area, where maximum number of jobs are. So become good at that, and once you become good at that, companies would be more than happy to hire you. And do apply to startups as well as larger companies. One thing that all of you don't realize is that startups pay really well, and the amount of learning you will have at startups is going to be far more than what you will get at a large product-based company. So please do apply to startups as well, and that's something that's really going to change how much you know, what you can do in the next few years. That's completely going to change.
Definitely, sure. Okay, so okay, so a student is asking, this question is coming from the first year community. So now they are actually, very very much confused, after learning DSA, which language they should, they should prefer. So there are so many languages, actually in front of them. So which one they should actually pick, like Java, C++, C?
Does not matter. Does not matter. Whatever language you did DSA in, just stick to that. Generally, I recommend sticking to C++, Java, or Python. But any language is absolutely okay. What matters is that your programming skills are good. Which programming language does not matter. Honestly, right? So, for example, in IIT, I did most of my work in Java. I joined Amazon. At Amazon, I was mostly working in C++ and in Perl. Then I went to Stanford. There I was mostly again working on Java. I worked on Ruby on Rails in some of the work. I worked a lot on Objective C, which was for iOS development. Right? I joined Facebook and I started working on PHP. Now that's what the company required. Right? So language is not important. If you're a good developer, you're a good developer. Do not try to become a good Java developer, good C++ developer. Become a good developer who can learn whatever language is needed to learn. Language is just a tool. Right? Anybody who is good in one programming language can become good in another programming language within a week, max within a week, right? So not important. And honestly, even now, if I have to write code in C++ or Java, I'll have to look for like the exact syntax. But that's absolutely okay. What's wrong in doing Google search, right? Like you can do that, but as long as you are able to actually, what you cannot Google search is the logic, is the solution, is how do you structure your code. That you cannot Google search. That's basically what you need to be really good at.
Sure, sir. Okay, so in continuation of that same question, someone is asking that, like, what should be the exact roadmap for a first year student? Now they're starting up, going to start their journey for their, for their 4 years long engineering, right? So, like in first year, what things they should keep in mind, and what are the sort
So
of which they
sure,
should put?
sure. So see, it has to start with DSA. You need to get good at DSA. That's the first thing. Then once you're done with that, my recommendation would be to practice a little bit of DSA additionally. And generally, right, my recommendation would be that just keep that as a constant. Post that every week. Just spend 2-3 hours doing DSA problems. We'll stay in touch. You'll like keep doing that, right? It will be something that'll be like a good sort of it'll keep you at your toes in terms of what you know, right? Like you'll be able to do well in that. That is one thing. Parallelly, definitely get into web development. If you're starting in first year, we should get into web development. We should build 1 or 2 projects. We should deploy those projects, make it live. One thing I recommend is find a business owner in your family, in your relatives who can use a website, who could potentially have a good website where they could interact with their customers, do something interesting with the website, right? And deploy it. Why find somebody? Because then it brings a meaning to that. It's just not a project in your computer. You know, whatever you're building will actually help a business in one way or the other. So it becomes more real, right? So you do that, you deploy it. Once you have that good project, your understanding in web development, do internships, as many internships as possible. If you think along with college you have time, please do an internship along with college. Definitely use your summer and winter vacation really well. At Coding Ninjas, at most of the times, we'll have multiple people working in tech as interns who would be doing it along with their college in their final year, in their third year, because they know that college doesn't take that much time, right? So do as many internships as possible. And if you, once you're done with web development and you feel that I want to explore machine learning, I want to explore data science, I want to explore Android development, please go ahead and do that. But please, as a base, my recommendation, DSA and web development is something that you should become good at.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for providing insights to on that question. Now, a student is asking, and actually they are coming from BCA. So generally they are like a bit afraid, like they are actually not coming from BTech, and there is a kind of a stereotype there in the college community that BCA usually the syllabus of the BCA is usually light in comparison to the BTech. So if someone from BCA wants to get placed into this company, so what they can do? I think the answer is going to be the same, but if you can just provide anything. Yeah.
It's exactly the same. The first
Yeah.
thing you need to do is stop telling yourself that you're from BCA, and
Yeah.
that's why you will not get good opportunity. You need to first do that. The day you stop doing it, your chances of success are going to be far, far higher than what they are right now. Because what will happen is, if you are a BTech student, let's say there is a BTech student, there is a BCA student. BTech student faces a failure, they will feel, ठीक है, failure है, that's okay, I need to get better and keep doing it. On the other hand, if you keep telling yourself that I'm a BCA student, I'm not going to get it, the first failure you will get, you will tell yourself, I'm not getting it because I'm a BCA student, not because something that you made a mistake in. You will start saying that company is not hiring me because I'm a BCA student. As soon as you say that, you feel that you are not in control of things, right? And that's when you will lose motivation, because the reality is very likely you were not able to get success because you did not put in the right effort. Or it's okay to get failure in the first place, because we'll improve and we'll attempt it the second time, we'll fail and we'll again attempt it the third time. It does not matter how many failures you get, as long as in the end you get a success. If somebody applies to 50 companies, gets 49 failures, does it matter? I think they are going to be smarter than somebody who gets the first job itself, because they would have learned so much more from failures. In the end, both of them have jobs, both of them are getting paid well, both of them are doing good work. The only difference is this person has more experience of sort of going through interviews, right? It does not matter whether how many failures you get. And this is one thing that we don't realize. There is a huge difference between searching for a job and sitting for exams. In exams, you cannot fail any exam. You have to pass every exam. When you're searching for jobs, you just have to clear one job. You don't have to clear all the jobs, right? So this is ingrained in our head that failure is not okay, because failing an exam is a big deal, right? One single exam you fail, it has consequences. But that's not the case with jobs, and we are not able to accept it. But the first failure we get, we feel like we are failure. Does not matter. We just need to get one success. So that mindset change is very, very important. That this is not like college exam, school exam. This is very, very different. We just need to get one success.
Sure, sir. A very unique question, but I think I personally think the thing that this question should get addressed, that uh, the student actually usually study in second year and third year, so they get to study about flowchart and the basic DSA techniques and the algorithm thing. So they start practicing questions on some like coding competitive coding platforms, right? But right before that, they usually get suggestion from their professor that they should start designing algorithms on paper. They should know how to to design algorithm on paper. So what's your take on that? Because generally, if I talk about Google interview and Amazon interview, they usually ask the candidate to write algorithms on paper. So what is your take on that, sir?
So, see, it does not matter which year you are in, right? Like, and the reality is that what we need to be good at is being able to solve problems. Now, whether you do it on copy pen, whether you do it there, you need to be able to solve problems. Designing algorithms just means that given a problem, you are able to solve it, right? So, I personally prefer to do a lot of work on paper and then get it right in the first go on my laptop. What I don't like to do is do something, then do try and error, right? Like run it, then do something. शायद ऐसे नहीं तो ऐसे चल जाएगा. Maybe this will work, maybe that will work. That's not something that I like to do. What I like to do is like understand the solution first, understand the problem really well, then write code for it. Because if you start jump into code right away, you will end up wasting a lot more time than if you spend that time productively thinking about the solution and then eventually implement. I don't know if that's exactly was your question. If I did answer something else, then please let me know.
No, sir, you have answered it very well. That was the main question in some way. So yes, sir, as a student is asking that you previously mentioned that students should start with web development also. It should be on their priority list. So the student is like interested into data science and they want to become a data scientist. So how that what roadmap that they should follow to become an SQL
See,
developer?
if you exactly what I said, right? Like if you are in first year and you have time, so my recommendations would still be like first learn web development, then move into data science. Because even if you become a data scientist, whatever work you do, users will still access it through a website or through an app, right? Whatever work you have done, somebody will have to access it through the website, or even if it's accessing through the app, there'll be a backend server from which data would be coming. So web development is still required. So my recommendation is doing web development for sure, right? And then get into data science as well, if that's what you want to do. If you do not have time, it's okay to skip web development part and directly go into data science. But if you have time, if you're in first year or second year, I think you have enough time to do both. So please do both.
Sure, sir. Okay, actually, a lot of questions are already there. Okay, I'll have to pick one. Okay, so how to get off-campus jobs? Okay, still students are still not, still in a dilemma. Like they should focus on the on-campus and the off-campus. But sir has already answered this question in a very crisp manner that you should have one on-campus offer job in your in your hand so that you can actually have some kind of backup, and then you can go on to apply for some off-campus placement job. But still, sir, if you want to highlight, put any kind of
I
highlight.
think one thing that I want to highlight is that for getting off-campus job, what you need to do is apply to a lot of places. A lot of people you will talk to who got off-campus job, they will tell you, I applied at 200 places. I applied at 150 places. So you need to apply to a lot of places. Obviously, with a good resume, you need to invest time into writing a good resume, having decent projects, right? That's going to be very, very important. But then it is about a lot of numbers. The more you places you apply to, the higher the chances of success, right? So apply to a lot of places. And how can you apply? You can reach out to people on LinkedIn. You can apply through the career page. You'll find a lot of contests like IICC happening, right? Like on Coding Ninjas, you'll find that we do hiring contests for a lot of companies. Last month, I think we did a hiring contest for Daily Hunt. A month before that, we did it for Adda 247. Right? So we do conduct a lot of tests like that. You need to be resourceful. You need to keep looking for such such opportunities, and just showcase your skills.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. So now I can see that, sir, in ISCC, it's going to be a 3 round staged, competition. So in round one, we are going to have an aptitude-based round, and in round two, students are going to face some, like coding-based problems, and in the grand finale, it's going to be kind of a soft hackathon for the 12 hours. So, any tips and tricks, any guidance you would like to share with all the our participants, because the competition is going to get very tough. I can surely see the thing, right? So, anything you would like share with them for this
See,
competition
the
is going
first
to
thing
be.
that I would recommend is that revise a little bit of aptitude, right? Like solve few problems in aptitude. and along with that, you will be able to sort of take the mock tests. And I think there is a scholarship test that when is our next scholarship test?
Yes, sir, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So tomorrow is our
Yeah.
scholarship test, which is also based on aptitude. So that is again one thing that you could try, that attempt the scholarship test, and that will automatically mean that your aptitude will be revised, and that will help you in IICC as well, right? So I think overall for round one, that's going to be very, very important. But along with that, you should start prepping for DSA, solve problems, right, and make your concepts. Make sure that you are really good in concepts, right, because that's going to help in round one as well as in round two and round three as well, right? So DSA is going to be extremely important. I know it's not going to be possible for somebody to get amazing in DSA in a month, but if that's something that you want to do, please go ahead and put in a lot of time. I have enough examples of people who did it in 1.5 month. So if you want to do it, you can definitely do it as well.
Sure, sir, sure. So I think students, you got your answer, and tomorrow is going to be the Coding Ninja scholarship test, and the link is already there into the description. So if you want to excel your or revise your aptitude skills, as Ankush sir have rightly mentioned, that please do register. One more important announcement, that this time scholarship test is free, so it's a very high time to to participate into this competition, and it's a very once in a blue moon kind of an opportunity. So you should take this and like participate and get the score as much as you can through your skills, and get the maximum scholarship on coding in the course. Yes. So the last question I would like to take for this session of the day. Uh, right now we can see that social media is very much accessible, to all the students, to all the people, right? And recruiters are changing their pattern. Like earlier it was like people are applying through HR portal, they are mailing to HR, right? But now they can actually post about their skills on LinkedIn, and like HRs are actually noticing their skills through their social media posts, and they are actually getting some good lucrative offers from the company. So how do you think, for what is your perspective on on looking on this change that that is happening into the industry, and how students should get prepared for such kind of change?
So I have a little different perspective to this.
Sure.
My perspective is, do not waste time on all of this. Work on your skills and you will get the right opportunities. You need to find the right sort of tests. Right. The problem with all of this is that everybody, once they start posting regularly on LinkedIn, they want to get more likes. They'll spend time on how to get more followers. And this is all very, very mind boggling. You will spend a lot of time wasting on what should I post for maximum likes? What should I copy paste? Right. And it's an absolute waste of time and waste of energy. Please focus on your skills. If you want to be an influencer, then at least tell yourself that I want to be an influencer and I'm doing this, right? Don't tell yourself that I want to be a developer but I want to get good opportunities, that's why I'm going to spend time on LinkedIn. That's absolutely don't. I tell a lot of people, right, like, fool others but don't fool yourself, right? Like, if you do this, you're fooling yourself that I am doing this because I want to become a good developer. You're doing this because you like fame, you want to be an influencer. Sure, do it, but don't do it for getting better job opportunities. Focus on your DSA skills, you will get better job opportunities, not by talking about it.
Great advice, sir. Great advice. It just changed my perspective too. So, and sir, one last question that I had to take. So, there is a student called Mukesh V, and he's saying, "Hello, Ankush sir. I am a big fan of you. And sir, मेरा DSA काफी अच्छा जा रहा है, but CP नहीं हो पा रहा है. So, is CP necessary to to get placed into big companies like Code Nation and Uber? Please."
It's not. I think there are like few companies, one or two companies, and potentially Coordination is one of them, who focus on CP. But majority of the companies, when I say majority, I mean like 99.9% of the companies don't care about CP. They focus on your DSA skills. And my recommendation, if you're not enjoying CP, don't do it. Keep focusing on your DSA skills, and along with that, focus on your developmental skills. That's going to be far more important. If you're enjoying CP, it's okay. But if you're not enjoying it, just make sure that you stay in touch with DSA. You are good in DSA, and then doing web development or some other sort of development on the side is going to be more fruitful.
Sure, sir. Sure. So before we wrap this session, any lifelong advice that you'd like to share with your students, because they are only here to listen to you. So please.
देखो जी, एक लाइफ लॉन्ग एडवाइस तो यही है that shortcuts बहुत ज़्यादा काम करते नहीं. What really works is spending time on yourself, building the confidence that you are good, right? The day you build that confidence that you're good, overall your tension about job, overall about your worries about your job will go away. And that's when you will do great things. Till the time you are worried about whether I'm going to get a job or not, you are not going to do great things. You are going to play safe. But the day you are confident that you will not have to suffer in life, you will be fine, you'll be able to take risks, you will be able to do better work, you will be able to do a lot of different things. But all of that is possible only once you have confidence that you are good. So please work hard. There is no shortcut to that. You need to work hard, get the right skills. Do not worry about whether you'll get the opportunities or not. All these are things that will happen automatically. In the end, you need to remember it's not just you who has the need to get a job. It's equally the need of the company to get the right people to work for them, right? So if you become that right person, if you become the right person in terms of the skill set, you will not have to find companies will come and find you. So please work on your skills and stop worrying about how to apply, where to apply. If you have the skills, you will get the right job. Don't worry about it. So please focus on your skills.
Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us and sparing time from your schedule. So guys, this is Mr. Ankur Singla, sir, for you, and I'm hoping that you guys, you guys are going to take some great insight from this session and going to apply this for your placement, for your career, for your internship. So thank you so much, sir, again for being here with us with I Innovate India Coding Championship Masterclass, and yes. So if you can just say best of luck to all our participants, just to ace up this competition, that would be
Absolutely.
great.
So
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so much, Karan, for being an amazing host, and thank you everyone for so many of you to come over and attend the session. I absolutely love talking to students. That is the reason I do what I'm doing, right? Like because I love talking to all of you. I love to sort of, even if a small sort of help I can do in sort of guiding you in the right direction, that's absolutely worth spending my time on doing things like this. So as I said earlier, go ahead and register right away, right? Karan told you that the scholarship test is free as well. So go ahead and register for that as well. That will be a good sort of practice for you for IICC. Along with that, prepare well, best of luck, do well. And I can tell you, if you do well in this contest, things will change for you automatically. You'll get so many opportunities in the short term, in the long term, if you do well in this contest. So prepare well and do well. Best of luck. Thank you so much. And have a good night. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So, guys, this was the nicest session that we have conducted at Coding Ninjas. I'm personally enjoyed a lot, by interacting with a lot of students. I can. I sorry if I, missed any any question into the comment section, because there are a lot of queries are coming, and I've tried my best, pick all the best and generalized questions that I could have taken. So yes, thank you so much for being here with us, for spending your weekend this evening with us. So thank you so much again, and I'm looking forward to see all of you into the Innovate India Coding Championship. Just be there with your friends. Ask your friend to register. Also, just be there. Ace this skill and compete into this competition. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. Is Karan Bhargav signing off Coding Ninjas. Thank you so much. And don't forget to register for the scholarship that is the test that is going to happen tomorrow. The link is right there into the description box. And if you love the session, please hit a like button and don't forget to subscribe to the Coding Ninjas YouTube channel, because a lot of sessions are going to be there. Thank you so much for being a lovely audience. This was Karan Bhargav, your host. Thank you.